and Tanya. Number 22, Emma Kilpatrick. Number 32, Ava Loftus. Ava has played in 76 games and started 4 times since coming to UWSP in 2023-2024. She has 217 points, 108 rebounds, and 57 assists in her UWSP career. In her first season at UWSP, Ava scored a season-best 9 points in back-to-back games in December. She scored in double figures 4 times, twice last season and 2 times this year. This season against UW-Platteville, Ava tied her career high with 13 points. And last season, Ava was named to the College Sports Communicators Academic All-District Squad. A health science and wellness major with a minor in exercise performance, Ava plans to attend graduate school at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. She's accompanied today by her parents, Jeff and Sandy. Number 32, Ava Loftus. Let's hear it one more time for Sarah, Rachel, Maya, Emma, and Ava.
All right, and that was our senior ceremony here today. As Sarah, Rudy, Rachel Hagan, Maya Rice, Ava Loftus, and Emma as they will get ready to take on UW-Oshkosh here. Still waiting for that 5th starter here for the Titans here as well. So the clock is stopped right now, but we will keep it here as it's the Pointers and the Titans. Again, the men's team tonight, that is the 19th ranked Pointers, are at the 25th ranked Oshkosh Titans. Scott and John on the call. That is a 7 o'clock call, so we can have an extended post game here today to get Coach Matt Hockett's thoughts on this one here this afternoon. As the Titans have reemerged here on the court. And again, other action in the conference today. So the Point men are at Oshkosh. That's a 7 o'clock game. On the women's side, Platteville's at Stout. That means Stout men are at Platteville. Whitewater women are at River Falls. River Falls men are at Whitewater. La Crosse women are at Eau Claire. Eau Claire men at La Crosse. And for the Pointer men, they can finish anywhere from 1st to 5th in the conference. There is 5 different scenarios where the Pointers finish 5th. And 4 scenarios where they finish in the top spot. As the Pointers women's team, the only spot they can get is number 6. And Stout is officially eliminated, so it's down to Point and Eau Claire. So Stout, who made the Final Four last year, just playing for pride this afternoon, but they can still help the Pointers out here if they can get a victory. So it'll be Matt Hockett against Brad Fisher. Pointers have lost 14 in a row against Oshkosh. Their last win against Oshkosh overall was Valentine's Day 2018, a 60-52 victory there. Their last home win against Oshkosh came back on January 10th of 2015. That was a 54-47 game, so the Pointers have not beaten Oshkosh here at the Berg Gymnasium in 11 years. And again, the first time these two met, it was a 64-41 game, as the Pointers probably played their worst, arguably probably their worst game of the year that day, as it was close for maybe a half, and then Oshkosh just kind of ran them out of the building. But you look at Point, every one of their other games, including last Saturday at La Crosse, pretty much was within a possession or two, and they've just been snake bit this season. But they got a much-needed victory Wednesday in Whitewater. They had to hold on for that one. It was a 66-63 victory there against Whitewater. And like we said before, that has put them in the position that they are currently in now, where if they win, and like I said, this is going to be a monumental task because Oshkosh is ranked number 5 in the D3 hoopspoll.com and number 7 in the WBCA poll. And I believe in the NPI, they are the number 1 overall seed. I know NYU has won 85 in a row. They just did that last night. But Oshkosh, I think regardless win or loss, they won't play again until Wednesday. I think with the WIAC being the best conference in America in Division III, I think Oshkosh is going to be the number 1 overall seed. And even if they're not, Oshkosh will probably be hosting the first and second rounds at the Culf Sports Center. They're looking to get back to the Final Four where they lost to Smith last year in the national semifinal. And they could be on a collision course with NYU as the Titans sit at 22-2, 11-2 overall. But as of now, looks like Oshkosh, Platteville, and Whitewater will all be hosting the first weekend. You got La Crosse in the field and River Falls also in the field as well, with the conference tournament coming up next week. All right, that'll wrap up our pregame show. Brought to you by American Family Insurance. Contact Jim Migas at agent at 2415 Post Road in Plover, or call 341-5700 today. Tell you what we'll do right now, step out for the national anthem, come back with the start of this game in 2 minutes as you listen to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
Between the UW-Oshkosh Titans and your UW point-pointer. Now everyone, please.
Here at the Berg Gymnasium, we got Tim Krogman back in our WPCN studios. Got the 5th starter for Oshkosh. It's 5'10" senior forward Olivia Argel. Argel out of Dodge Hill, Wisconsin, averaging 4.9 points per game and 1.9 rebounds. All right, for the pointers, it's Rice, Kilpatrick, Carissa Smith, Ernst, and Loftus for 4th-year head coach Matt Hockett, who is 59-42 overall, 19-36 in the conference. And he's assisted by Bruce Williams and Leah Ernest. All right, for Oshkosh, it goes Hardwick, Byer, Argel, Poole, and Secker. For 14th-year head coach Brad Fisher, who is 309-71 and 144-48 in conference play. He's assisted by Cassie Schlitz and Emma Carlson. All right, the opening tip is sponsored by Nate Olson of Next Home Priority, a slam dunk. Nate is a top producing agent in Portage County and #1 in families served, buying or selling a home. Make sure to get Nate Olson on your team. Also, Cost Cutters not only making you look fabulous, but now they look fabulous too at the new location at 492 Division Street, right next to WPCN. Pointers are going to be in their home uniforms today. White uniforms with white shorts. They got purple numerals, purple lettering with gold trim. For the Titans, they'll be in their road uniforms this afternoon. Black jerseys with black shorts, gold numerals, and gold lettering with white trim. Pointers are going to go left to right here in the first half as we get ready for Senior Day this afternoon from the Berg Gymnasium here. And we do have an interview with Matt Hockett that we will play because Oshkosh this year let the Pointers do their senior ceremony when they wanted to. So we'll play that at the half. We were going to have an interview with softball head coach Ryan Konitzer, but now we'll bump that and do the interview with head coach Matt Hockett. All right, it is Ernst to jump center against Secker. Ball's in the air. Pointers control the opening tip. Here we go. Loftus with a basketball for the Pointers. Gets it over right side to Rice. Rice with it. Rice over to Kilpatrick. Now to Loftus, left wing. Loftus on the dribble to Smith. Straight on three. Hits it. 3-0 Pointers lead it. 9:41 left to go here in the first quarter. Pointers will put some pressure on in the backcourt. Here's Byer with it. Gets it up to Secker. Back to Byer. Byer with it. Gets it over left side to Argall. Argall with it, has Loftus on her into the hands of Byer. Byer, right corner to Secker. Secker with it, starts to dribble. Secker to Hardwick, left side, lays it up and in. 3-2 Pointers lead it. 9:14 left to go in the first quarter. As Loftus brings it up for the Pointers. Loftus over to Rice, right side. Rice back to Ernst, cutting right side, off the glass, up and in. 5-2 Pointers lead it. 9 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. As Byer brings it up for Oshkosh over to Argall. Argall with it right side. Argall picks up her dribble to Hardwick. Hardwick gets it over. Skip pass. Left side three on the way. In and out from Secker. Rebound loose. Picked up by Carissa Smith. Into the hands of Loftus. Loftus racing it into the front court. Loftus with the basketball. Loftus over to Smith. Through the hands of Maya Rice and out of bounds. Back to the Oshkosh Titans here. All right, Poole with it left side, has Rice on her to Hardwick at the foul line. Hardwick, couple dribbles from her out on the perimeter to Argall right side. Argall with it, drives into the lane, stops down low to Hardwick on the right, off the glass, too hard. Rebound tapped out, and Oshkosh saves it before it goes out of bounds. Here's Byer with it, fires it down low to Hardwick. Right side, shot blocked, gets it back, goes up. That rolls off the rim. Oshkosh with the rebound again, though. Secker down low, kicks it out. Three on the way, right side. Too hard, and Smith down with a rebound. As Argall missed that three, 5-2 Pointers lead it. 8 minutes left to go, first quarter. All right, here's Kilpatrick with it down low to Ernst on the right. Knocked out of her hands, out of bounds, and it will stay with UW Stevens Point. Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education. That's Skyward. Also, Century World, proudly supporting boys and girls high school sports and men's and women's university sports in the Stevens Point and Central Wisconsin community. All right, here's Kilpatrick with it. Kilpatrick on the perimeter, left side, left corner. Loftus three on the way. That's going to be short. Rice tries getting the rebound, can't as she was boxed out. And Oshkosh up with the rebound. Here's Byer with it. Byer into the front court. Byer has Loftus on her. Byer with it. Gets it over left side to Argall. Argall to Secker. Secker dribbles out of the left corner to Hardwick on the baseline left side. Back on the perimeter to Sekar. Sekar with it. Sekar at the foul line. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Secker right of the lane. Pulls up her dribble. Gets it out to Poole. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Poole. As here's a long two coming on the way from Secker. It's short before the horn, out of bounds, and back to the Pointers. Partners Pub and Grill at Stevens Point is your pre-gaming headquarters since 1977. Taste the tradition, Stanley Street, Stevens Point. All right, Loftus brings it up for the Pointers. Over to Rice on the right side. Rice with it. Rice driving. Rice in the lane. Tough shot. Hits the front side of the rim. Up with it is Byer for Oshkosh. Up ahead to Poole. Poole with it right side. Over to Argel, right wing. Argel looking for someone as Carissa Smith guarding her. Starts the dribble. Argel in the lane. Goes up. A lot of contact. Go foul. Pointers stole it away. Here's Emma Kilpatrick with it. Kilpatrick as it's 5-2 Pointers. Kilpatrick down low on the left. Kilpatrick to Rice on the perimeter. Rice with it. Rice has Hardwick on her. Back to Smith. Over to Loftus on the right wing. Loftus with it. Loftus on the drive. Loftus to Smith on the perimeter. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Smith asking for a screen. Gets one. Smith with it right side. Smith back to Ernst. Poked out of her hands. Foul coming up on Oshkosh. Comes up on second. Her first here in the quarter. Kira Mackey, the 5'10 sophomore forward out of Escanaba, Michigan, in there for the Pointers. 5'5 sophomore guard out of Watoma. Laney Panich in there for the Pointers. Bridget Frohlke, the 5'8 senior guard. Frohlke out of Missouri, Wrightstown, Wisconsin, a transfer from UMKC in St. Cloud State. And we got a foul away from the basketball on Panich, setting a screen there. That'll be her first and the team's first. All right, so Oshkosh with the basketball. Pointers will put some pressure on in the backcourt as Frohlke inbounds, gets it in to Byer, back to Frohlke, who gets it over the timeline. Oshkosh going right to left here in the first half. Hardwick with it, out the high post. Hardwick gives it up to Poole, top of the key. Poole, three on the way. Frohlke knocks it down. Ties the game at 5 with 5:52 left to go in the opening quarter. As here's Rice with it. Rice over to Mackey. Mackey to Panich. Panich left wing. Panich hits it over to Smith right side. Smith to Rice. Over to Mackey. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Mackey passes kicked there by Hardwick as it was an interior pass, and Hardwick got a foot on it. There's Brad Fisher, the coach of Oshkosh. His brother coaches the Marshfield High School boys team, who finished second at state last year. All right, Pointers get it in. Smith with it to Panich. Over to Mackey right side. Now to Rice. Rice with it. Rice on the drive with 10 left to go on the shot clock, and a foul coming on Oshkosh here. All right, Lily Trushan, the 5'11 junior guard forward from Herbster, Wisconsin, out of South Shore High School, will check in for the Pointers. 5'10 junior out of Hartford, Wisconsin, the junior forward, Mallory Hoytink, in there for Oshkosh. All right, that last foul came up on Poole, her first, team second. Then we got another foul coming up on Oshkosh here. This one will come up on Frohlke. That's her first, the team's third now. Rice to inbound on the opposite sideline to Panich. Over to Rice. Rice with it. Hits it over to Rice. Now here's Mackey with it left of the lane. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Tough shot. Front rims it. Rice gets the rebound, though, through the paint. Rice with it as the shot clock reset on the perimeter. Here's Rice to Panich. Over to Mackey. Now to Smith on the left wing. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Back to Mackey, down low on the left. Too much on that shot. Hardwick down with the rebound. Up ahead to Byer. Now into the hands of Poole. Poole with it, driving right side. Goes up and gets the layup. And Avery Poole gives the Titans their first lead of the game at 7-5. 4:33 left to go in the opening quarter. Mackey with it. Over to Rice in the left corner. Rice over to Mackey. Mackey, long two on the way. The left-hander knocks it down. Good looking shot there by Kira Mackey. And that ties the game at 7 with 4:15 left to go in the opening quarter. All right, here's Hoytink with it for Oshkosh on the perimeter. Into the hands of Byer. Byer with it right side to Hardwick. Into the hands of Poole right side. Poole with it. Poole picks up her dribble. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Frohlke thought about the three straight on. Now back to Byer left side. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Down low to Hardwick left side. Lays it up, leaves it short. And Trushan down with the rebound into the hands of Panich. Panich with it for the Pointers. Panich over to Mackey, now into the hands of Smith, left side. Smith over to Truchon, now to Panich, right side. Panich back to Truchon. Truchon, right side, driving, puts it up, leaves it short. Bats the rebound out, but right into the hands of Froke. Now up to Byer. Byer with it left side. Byer gets cut off on the baseline left side, kicks it on the perimeter. Here's a three by Hoytink, straight on, too strong. And the Pointers tap the rebound to Carissa Smith. Smith with it as we're tied at 7, 3:10 left to go, opening quarter. Here's Panich with it. Panich over to Smith. Now left corner to Rice. Rice with it. Rice back to Mackey, left corner. Shot block there and goes out of bounds. Back to the Titans. That's going to get us to our media timeout here in the first quarter. Game tied at 7, 2:56 left to go. Back in 60 seconds. You'll listen to UWSP women's basketball here on WPCN. At the Berg Gymnasium, take a look at our final score. Sports Bar and Grill, plan your before or after game get together. At the final score at Second and Maria, tied at 7, 2:56 left to go in the opening quarter here. I'm here. Tim Krogman's back in our studios. And Scott and John will be at the men's game tonight at 7 o'clock. All right, Oshkosh with the basketball is Kate Hummel, the 5'8 senior guard out of Janesville. Craig just checked into the ball game for Oshkosh, has the ball, gets it down low to Secker on the right. Secker tries kicking it out to Poole, knocked out of bounds there by Carissa Smith, and the ball will stay with Oshkosh. Aspirus Health, passion for excellence, compassion for people, that is Aspirus Health. All right, Hoytink gets the inbounds pass, back to Hummel. Down low, pass intercepted by the Pointers. As Kilpatrick with it, up ahead to Carissa Smith. Now to Panich. Tied at 7, 2:26 left to go in the opening quarter. Here's Maya Rice with it. Rice at the foul line, stops, pops, hits, leaves it short. Tries getting her own miss, does. Maya Rice with it down on the left, drives up and in on the baseline. So Maya Rice now is alone in 21st place with 1,028 points. Here's Oshkosh with it. Hoytink with it in the lane, through the lane. Now to Poole, top of the key. Poole with it, picks up her dribble. Back to Secker. Secker with it. Secker almost has it stripped away. Back to Poole, right side three on the way, too strong. Rebound goes right to Secker, though, and the long rebound tries down low on the right. Goes up, gets fouled, should be at the line, shooting a pair. Foul come up on Carissa Smith. That's going to be her first. That is going to be the team's second here in the quarter. Kate Vandenberg, the 5'9 sophomore forward out of Appleton North, will check in there for the Pointers, along with 5'7 sophomore guard out of Oshkosh West, Brenna Gary. 5'9 freshman guard Abby Inda. Inda out of Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, and went to Monona Grove High School. We'll check in there for Oshkosh. So Secker, a 73% foul shooter on the year, at the line shooting 2. First one is up and good. That makes it 9 8-pointers. American Family Insurance, contact Jim Migas at 2415 Post Road in Plover. Call 341-5700 today. Secker makes both of them. Ties the game at 9. We have 1:42 left to go in the opening quarter. Vandenberg with it on the right side, dribbling left over to Kilpatrick. Now left wing to Gary. Gary with it. Gary over to Vandenberg. Vandenberg back to Gary. 3 on the way, left side. Gary leaves it short, and Oshkosh up with the rebound. Here's Sammy Byer with it for Oshkosh, left side. Has Panich on her. Byer kicks it out, as that was Indo with it. Now back to Hummel. Foul line jumper from her. Off the rim. Down with the rebound is Secker. Goes up down low on the right, up and in. That's 4 for Secker, and Oshkosh retakes the lead, 11-9, 1:05 left to go in the first quarter. Here's Vandenberg with it. 3 from her, right of the circle, in and out. Secker down with a rebound for Oshkosh. Up ahead to Byer. Byer with it. Byer with Panich on her. Byer picks up the dribble, now to Hoytink. Hoytink with it, top of the key. Over to Hummel, 3 left corner, too strong. Weak side rebound down by Panich, 11-9. Titans lead it, 37 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Here's Panich with it, over to Vandenberg, right side. Vandenberg hits it over to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick with it. Back to Gary down low, and a foul coming up on Inda as she went over the back of Lily Truchon. So Inda's first, fourth. Maya Rice back in there for the Pointers, giving Vandenberg a rest. Hardwick back in for Oshkosh. All right, 5-second differential between the shot and game clock here. Rice to inbound baseline left. Gets it into Gary. Now to Truchon. Through Kilpatrick's hands, but she picks it up. Kilpatrick to Panich in the right corner. Down low to Truchon. Truchon, nice move, puts it up too hard down low on the left, and Byer up with it for Oshkosh, who can hold for the last shot. 8 seconds left to go in the quarter. Byer with it down low on the right. Tough shot off the glass, up and in. 13-9. Rice with beyond half court shot at the horn, and we've reached the end of one quarter of play as that one missed. 13-9. Titans lead it. Take a 60-second timeout. Come back with the start of the second quarter after this as you listen to UWSP women's basketball here on WPCN. Back out here at Shirley Egner Court, Berg Gymnasium. Take a look at our Final Score Sports Bar and Grill. Watch your favorite teams while you enjoy the daily special at the Final Score at Second Maria. 13-9 Titans lead as we start the second quarter. Oshkosh with the basketball. Byer left to the lane, 10-footer up and in. 4 for her, and it's a 15-9 Titans lead here with 9:42 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Rice with it. Over to Kilpatrick as there's a good crowd here today on Senior Day. Carissa Smith with it. Back to Kilpatrick, left corner. Kilpatrick with it. Over to Rice. Rice with it. Tough move on the right. Leaves it short. Gets her own miss. Bounces it back to Kilpatrick, who loses it out of bounds. And they'll say back to the Titans as Kira Mackey will check in for point. Auto Select, quality, dependable auto repair and service performed by qualified technicians you can trust. That is Auto Select. Rock and Roll Cafe, where the sports stars meet. Rock and Roll Cafe always welcomes friends, family, and athletes. Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. All right, Byer will bring it up for Oshkosh into the hands of Hummel. Hummel back to Byer with Smith on her. Byer, free throw line jumper, knocks it down. Better not let her get going. She's got 6. And she is a transfer from Division I St. Thomas, and it's 17-9. Titans lead it here with 8:55 left to go in the second quarter. They feed it down low to Ernst on the right, has it knocked away. And here comes Oshkosh with it the other way. Here's Hummel with it. Hummel gets it over to Inda. Inda gets it down low to Secker on the right. Secker goes up. Too much on that one. Mackey down with the rebound on the weak side for the Pointers to Smith. Up ahead to Loftus. Loftus with it. 17-9. Pointers trail it here. 8:25 left to go. Traveling violation on the Pointers. Ponich back in for point. All right, Pointers pressure in the backcourt as Byer gets that pass. Whitewater and River Falls tied at 22, 6:48 left to go second quarter there. And it's Stout 16, Platteville 13, 40 seconds left to go first quarter. As Hardwick misses down low on the right, Pointers up with the rebound, still trailing 17-9, 8:05 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Maya Rice with it. Rice to Kilpatrick, over to Carissa Smith, left corner. Panich down low to Rice. Rice, tough shot, puts it up, leaves it short. Oshkosh up with the rebound, foul upcoming on UW Stevens Point here. Poole will check in for Oshkosh. Rice is going to pick up the foul for the Pointers, her first, and that's the team's first here in the second quarter. Oshkosh to inbound again, point pressuring. Byer will take it for Oshkosh and gets it over the timeline. Pointers have been scoreless for a while here. Last 2:57, maybe longer. Last 4:23. And we got a foul coming up on the Pointers. Ooh, that's going to come up on Maya Rice. It's going to be 2 on her now. Brenna Gary's going to have to check back in for Maya Rice here. Oshkosh inbound, baseline left underneath their own basket. They get it in to Sekar. Sekar, right side, lays it up and in. 6 for her, timeout point. We're going to have to take one as well, as they'll wrap the media timeout with that. 19-9, Oshkosh leads the Pointers. 7:30 left to go, second quarter, back in 60 seconds. As you see the UWSP. The Shirley Egg Court Bird Gymnasium. We got Tim Krogman back at our WPCN studios, keeping us on the air this afternoon. 19-9, Oshkosh leads it. They're on an 8-0 run here. 7:25 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Ernst with it. She'll take a 3 right side. That one is short. Oshkosh up with the rebound. Here's Poole with it for the Titans. Poole into the front court. Poole drives, kicks it now. Hardwick gets it into the hands of Secker. Now down with it was Inda. Inda to Byer. Byer with it right side. Byer down low. Hardwick left side, up and in. It's 4 for Hardwick, and it's a 21-9 Titans lead here. 6:52 left to go in the second quarter. Pointers want to keep Oshkosh here within an arm's length. Here's Gary with it over to Ponich. 3 on the way by Kilpatrick, in and out. And the rebound tipped to Hardwick. Up to Byer, over to Inda. Inda with it into the front court. 3 on the way, right side by Poole, in and out. Hardwick had tipped the rebound, went off point last, and back to the Titans. Blinds and designs by Kelly, locally owned and operated, providing the best Hunter Douglas blind, shade, shutters, and drapes in central Wisconsin. They say good luck, Pointers. All right, Byer gets it in to Secker. Secker with it. Secker at the foul line. Out of Poole. Poole with it. Picks up her dribble. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Secker with it. Secker spinning. Secker on the perimeter. Over to Inda. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Now they kick it out to Poole. Poole drives in from the perimeter. Puts it up. No good. Off the rim. Down with the rebound was Ernst. 21-9. Oshkosh leads the Pointers. 6:04 left to go second quarter. Here's Carissa Smith with it. Smith. Smith, tough move down low, rolls off the rim. And down with the rebound is Avery Poole. That scoop shot did not go for Carissa Smith. Poole with a basketball. Poole. Pass tipped, intercepted by Gary. Gary 2-on-2 the other way. Gary with it. Gary has to stop. Right of the lane, down low to Ponich. Ponich with it. Ponich in the paint. Ponich. Tough move off the glass, up and in. 21-11, now Oshkosh leads it here. With 5:20 left to go in the second quarter. All right, here's Hardwick with it, down low to Secker, we got a foul. Foul comes up on Kilpatrick, her first, team's third in the quarter here. Mackey's going to check back in for the Pointers. Byer to inbound, baseline left underneath their own basket. Byer gets it into Secker in the paint, up and in from Paige Secker. She's got 8 this afternoon. 23-11, Titans lead it, 5:02 left to go here in the second quarter. Here's Gary with it over to Mackey, left side, left corner, Ponich 3. Doesn't get the bounce as it was short and went in the air, and down with the rebound is Hardwick for Oshkosh. Up ahead to Sacker, left side, puts it up, no contact, no foul, Pointers up with the basketball. Here's Gary with it, Gary. Mackey fakes the 3, Mackey hits it out to Smith. Smith with it, Smith. Pulls up at the foul line, too hard. And Oshkosh down with a rebound. Boy, Pointers having a hard time finding the bottom of the basket here. Here's Poole with it for Oshkosh. Hits it over to Secker. Out in the hands of Byer. Byer with it. Step back 3, hits it. Byer's got 9. And it's 26-11. Oshkosh leads it here, 4:06 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Gary with it over to Mackey. Now to Ponich left side. Ponich in the paint. Ponich loses the ball, trying to pass it to Mackey. And here's Oshkosh with the basketball. Here's Sammy Byer with it. Byer gets it over to Secker. Now into the hands of Argo, who just checked in. Down low, Hardwick. Reverse layup underneath, up and in. Excuse me, that was Hardwick, so she's got 6 this afternoon. And it's 28-11. Oshkosh leads it here with 3:26 left to go in the first half. Ernst with it over to Ponich. Ponich at the foul line to Mackey. Shot fake there. Tries hitting Smith. Smith moves. Smith saves it. We got 5 left to go on the shot clock, and we're going to get a foul coming up on UW-Oshkosh here. Hoyting back in for Oshkosh. We've got Rice, Kilpatrick, Vandenberg, and Truchon back in for the Pointers. All right, Rice to inbound on the far sideline, gets it into Ponich, now to Vandenberg. Down low to Truchon. Truchon, right block, up and under, scoop shot up, no, and Byer down with the rebound. And here comes Byer with it the other way for Oshkosh. Byer, right of the lane to Argo, 3 on the way, left side, off the rim. And the Pointers down with that one. And here's Kilpatrick with it. Kilpatrick into the hands of Rice. Rice with it. Rice goes behind her back. Rice at the foul line. Rice, a step back three, knocks that one down. As that gives her 1,033 points now. And it's 28-14. Titans lead it here. Byer on the drive right side, goes up, gets fouled, and should be at the line shooting two. Foul's coming up on Ponic, second. Team's fourth here in the quarter. Hardwick's going to check back in for the Pointers. So Byer, an 84% foul shooter on the year at the line for two. First one is up on the way and good. So now Maya Rice is up to 20th on the all-time scoring list as Byer makes them both. That's going to give her 11 and make it 30-14. Oshkosh leads at 2:03 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Vandenberg with it. Vandenberg over to Rice. Rice with it. Rice in the lane, puts a tough shot up. She was guarded by Poole there, left it short, and Oshkosh up with the rebound. But Oshkosh on a 22-5 run here the last 10 minutes and 7 seconds. Here's Byer with it. Byer pulls up long two and makes it. She's got 13 now. 32-14, Titans lead it here, a minute 28 left to go in the second quarter. Vandenberg with it left side. Vandenberg into the paint, kicks it right corner to Rice. Three on the way from her off the front rim. Hardwick down with the rebound for Oshkosh. Into the hands of Poole. Poole with it, left side. Poole hands it off to Byer. Byer with it. Byer bounce pass to Hardwick. She moved. Hardwick can't save it before it goes out of bounds, and back to the Pointers. All right, 6-foot sophomore out of Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, went to Monona Grove. Aubrey Smith will check in there for the Pointers. Cost Cutters not only making you look fabulous, but now they look fabulous too at the new location at 492 Division Street, and that's right next to WPCN. All right, Loftus will bring it up for the Pointers as they trail 32-14, a minute left to go in the second quarter. Here's Vandenberg with it. Vandenberg over to Loftus. Loftus over to Aubrey Smith, straight on three, too hard. Rice chasing down the rebound though in the left corner. Rice gets it over to Vandenberg, right of the circle. Vandenberg on the drive, and we got a foul coming up on Oshkosh. Come up on Olivia Argall, her first, that's the team's second here in the quarter. That's going to get Paige Secker off the bench for Oshkosh. And Inda back in there as well for Oshkosh. – 25-5 run for Oshkosh, the last 11 minutes, 10 seconds. Pointers with it. Kilpatrick left wing to Rice. Rice back to Kilpatrick, left corner, pass tipped, goes out of bounds. And we'll stay with the Pointers. 10 left to go on the shot clock. All right, coming up at the half, we'll have Scott's interview with Matt Hockey, get his thoughts on his seniors in this game. And actually the last game as well. Here's Rice with it. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Corner three off the side of the rim. And down with the rebound are the Titans. Pointers are 2 of 9 from behind the arc. There's Byer with it, actually probably 2 of 10. Oshkosh can hold for the last shot. 10 left to go on the game clock. Byer with it. It's it to Secker. Secker with it on the drive. Poole, right side three. That's short. Rice down with the rebound. Rice a half-court lead at the horn, and we have reached the end of one half of play with a score UW-Oshkosh 32, UW-Stevens Point 14. All right, tell you what we'll do right now. We will take a 30-second timeout, and when we come back, we'll have Scott's interview.
Sports Medicine and Pain Management Spine and Podiatry Services. Call Central Wisconsin's premier specialist or visit them online at bonejoint.net to schedule an appointment today.
All right, Bev Title back out here at the Bird Gymnasium, Shirley Egger Court. Let's take a look at the leading scorers quickly for point. It's Rice with 5, Smith with 3, 2 apiece for Ernst, Mackey, and Panich. Cornerly shooting 20% from the field, 20% from behind the arc. For Oshkosh, Byer with 13, 8, Sekar with 8, 6 for Hardwick, 3 for Froke, 2 for Poole. Oshkosh shooting 43.3% from the field, 20% from behind the arc. River Falls leads Whitewater at the half, 40-25. Platteville leads Stout at the half, 27-23. Starting 5 is going to be for the Pointers. Looks like it's going to be their same starting 5 of Rice, Kilpatrick, Smith, Ernst, and Loftus. Hardwick, Byer, Argo, Poole, and Stecker out there for Oshkosh. Nate Olson of Next Home Priority. He's a slam dunk. Nate is a top producing agent in Portage County and #1 in family served. Buying or selling a home, make sure to get Nate Olson on your team. Pointers are going to go right to left. They're going to have the ball here in the second half, trailing by 18 points. And here's Rice with it. Right elbow extended. That's an air ball, and Oshkosh up with a rebound. Into the hands of Byer. And Oshkosh with a basketball. Here's Poole with it. Poole over to Secker. Secker with it. Secker back into the hands of Byer. Byer at the free throw line. Off the rim, no. Down with the rebound is Kilpatrick. 32-14. Oshkosh leads it. 9:22 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Smith with it. Smith over to Loftus. Loftus with it. Over to Kilpatrick. Now to Smith. Back down low to Kilpatrick on the left. Kilpatrick with Hardwick guarding her. Hardwick blocks her shot, gets it back, puts it up and in. All right, Emma Kilpatrick's first points of the afternoon. After getting that shot rejected, puts it back up and in, 32-16. Titans lead it here, 8:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Byer with it. Gets it over to Argel. Argel into the hands of Byer. Byer with it. Byer, right of the lane. Into the hands of Argel, and what do we got? A foul coming on the Pointers or an inadvertent whistle? Nope, we're going to get a foul on Emma Kilpatrick. That'll be her second. That'll be the team's first here in the third quarter. As they get it down low, we got a foul Paige Secker gets fouled down low. Foul come up on Ernst. That's going to be her first. That'll be the team's second. That's going to send Secker to the line for 2 here. So Secker is 73% foul shooter on the year, 2 for 2 from the line today. First one is up and off the mark, no. Tricor Insurance, Tricor Care is dedicated to helping our clients, employees, and communities succeed with offices statewide, including Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. Second one from Secker is up on the way and good. She goes 1 of 2. That is 9 here this afternoon. It's a 33-16 Titans lead. 8:35 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Loftus with it, right side. Loftus to Rice. Rice at the left elbow extended, knocks it down. That is 7 for Rice now. And it gets it over to Hardwick. Hardwick with it left side. And now actually that point put Rice in 20th alone. Here's Poole with it. Poole gets it down low. Secker right of the lane, up and in. Secker about a 7-footer, has 11 now. 35-18. Titans lead it here. 7:49 left to go in the third quarter. Kilpatrick down low on the left, like shot fake up and in off the glass. And that's 4 for Kilpatrick. 35-20, Titans lead it. 7:37 left to go in the third quarter. Over to Hardwick left side. Hardwick into the hands of Byer. Byer gets it over to Poole right side. Now to Argall. Argall over to Byer on the right. Byer with it. Byer down low to Hardwick on the left, off the glass, up and in. 8 for Hardwick. We're going to get a timeout. Oshkosh, we are going to take one with them as well, as that'll wrap the media timeout with it as well. 37-20, Oshkosh leads point. 7:15 left to go third quarter. Back in 60 seconds. There's this to UWSP women's basketball here on WPCN. All right, Mavitano back out here at Shirley Edgar Court Berg Gymnasium. Pointers with the basketball down 37-20. Here's Maya Rice with it. Rice left of the lane. Rice splits through a double team, goes up, loses it out of bounds, and back to the Titans it will go. Or will it stay with the Pointers here? It's going to stay with the Pointers. I guess they reverse their decision here. Cheese Pleasers, the freshest, best tasting cheese snack products produced in Bancroft. Cheese trays freshly made. That is Cheese Pleasers. They are going to give the ball back to the Pointers here. As they inbound to Rice. Rice above the foul line, hits it. That's 9 for Maya Rice. Four away from Marnie Borario, as she has 1,035 points right now. Point almost steals the ball. What do we got? We're going to get a foul coming up on Ava Loftus, as she knocked the ball away from Secker. That's going to be Loftus first. That's going to be the team's third here. Ponich will check back in for point here. Century World, a proud supporter of high school and UW Stevens Point athletics in Central Wisconsin. That is Century World. All right, Argyle to inbound, gets it into Poole. Poole with it. Over to Secker. Secker. Now back to Byer, top of the key. Byer. Left of the lane, mid-range jumper, no. Hardwick at the rebound on the right, up and in. That is 10 for Sarah Hardwick, and it's a 39-22 Titans lead. 6:10 left to go in the third quarter. As Truchon with it on the drive, right side, right of the lane, puts up the baseline jumper, leaves that woefully short. And here's Secker with it for Oshkosh. Up ahead to Argyle. Argyle with it right side, Argyle. Over to Poole on the left, Poole. Poole with it, gets it over to Argyle. Argyle on the perimeter, left side, Argyle at the foul line, pass stiff and intercepted by Maya Rice. In alone, Rice, left side, will lay it up and in. That's 11 for Rice. We're going to get a timeout, Stevens Point. We're going to take one with them as well. Back in 60 seconds, 39-24. Oshkosh leads, 5:37 left to go. You're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here at WPCN.
7, 8, 2, 1. Once again, yellow color ticket 487-821 is worth $170. You can pick up your winnings at the concession stand. Thanks to everybody who played tonight's 50-50 raffle.
I wonder in the Principia game, so. All right, Mavitano back out here. Shirley Court, Berg Gymnasium. We got Tim Krogman back at our WPCN studios keeping us on the air this afternoon. 39-24. Titans lead the Pointers. 5:34 left to go third quarter. Pointers putting a full court press on. Oshkosh breaks it. Here's Secker with it to Byer. Here's Oshkosh going left to right in the second half. Over to Hardwick left side. Hardwick on the perimeter. Hardwick to Byer. Now right side. And what do we got? A foul underneath against Oshkosh. That'll come up on Bridget Froke, who just checked in. That's her second. That's the team's first here in the third quarter. Let's see if Point can dig into this lead here. 39-24. Titans lead at 5:16 left to go in the third quarter. All right, down low to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick, turn around, shot in the lane, 7-footer up and in. That's 6 for her. So it's 39-26. Oshkosh leads it here with 4:55 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Oshkosh with the basketball. Poole with it. Down low to Hardwick on the right side. Back on the perimeter to Secker. Over to Froke. Back to Hardwick. Hardwick on the baseline, then drives into the lane off the glass, up and in. That is 12 for Hardwick. 41-26. Oshkosh leads at 4.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Maya Rice with it. Down to Aubrey Smith, who gets double team on the right. And we got a jump ball, alternating possession. Gives it back to the Titans. Jess Ernst is going to check in for the Pointers. River Falls 46, Whitewater 38, 3:16 left to go in the third quarter there. Platteville 32, Stout 26, 8.5 left to go third quarter there. All right, here comes Oshkosh with the basketball. Sammy Byer with it. Byer has Ponich on her. They kick it to Poole. Poole into the lane. Poole kicks it out to Secker on the perimeter. Left side, Secker with it. Secker starts the drive. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Byer with it, right corner, dribbles out of there, right of the lane, puts it up and in. Man, does she miss? She's got 15 tonight. This afternoon, only a 39% shooter on the year, but she is on fire today, 6 of 8. And then the Pointers turn it over down low. And what do we got? Oshkosh steps out of bounds. No, we got a foul coming up on Kilpatrick. That'll be 3 on her. Kate Hummel will check back in for Oshkosh. Vandenberg back in for the Pointers. Also back in for Oshkosh is Abby Inda. All right, Inda to inbound opposite sideline. Gets it into Byer. Byer with it. Byer. It's at the Inda. Inda left of the lane. Back to Byer. 3 on the way, left side. Air ball. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pointers, and it will stay with Oshkosh. Vista Royale Campground on Isherwood Road in Bancroft. Making memories one campsite at a time. That is Vista Royale Campground. All right, Byer to inbound baseline right. Underneath their own basket, Byer gets it into Inda. 5 left to go on the shot clock. 3 from Byer by the right wing, hits it. 18 for Byer. 46-26, Titans lead at 3:12 left to go here in the third quarter. Rice with it, over to Carissa Smith. Out to Panich, over to Vandenberg, now to Rice on the right side. Rice down low to Ernst on the right, foul coming against Oshkosh. Comes up on Paige Secker, that'll be her second. That's the team's second, so Loftus back in for the Pointers. They get it into Rice, now to Smith, the right corner 3, that's short. Hardwick down with the rebound for Oshkosh. Into the hands of Byer. Now over to Hummel. Hummel with it on the left side. Hummel driving into the paint. Kicks it back to Inda. Over to Secker, left side of the perimeter. Drives into the paint. Secker down low to Hardwick on the left. Goes up, gets fouled by Jess Ernst and will be at the line. That's going to be Ernst's second. That's going to be the team's 5th. So now Oshkosh shooting the rest of the quarter as Trushan's going to have to check back in for the Pointers. Hardwick at the line shooting 2 here. First one up and good. That gives her 13. That makes it 47-26. Oshkosh leads it as Hoytink will check in for Oshkosh. Second one up, no good, and Vandenberg down with a rebound for the Pointers. 47-26. Oshkosh leads at 2.5 left to go, third quarter. Smith with it. Smith down low to Rice. Rice reverse layup. Good defense there by Oshkosh as Rice missed everything, and Hummel up with it for Oshkosh. Hummel gets it over to Byer, right side. Byer over on the left here to Secker. Secker with it. Secker to Byer to Hardwick on the baseline right side. Hardwick into the paint. 10 left to go on the shot clock. 3 right side by Byer off the mark as that was off the rim. And Smith down with the rebound for the Pointers. Carissa Smith with it. Smith. And what do we got? Foul coming up on Kate Hummel. That's going to be her first. Team's third as Hoytink will check in for Oshkosh. Springville Sports Barn. Fuel up and cheer on your team before or after the game. Look for the Big Red Barn, Springville Sports Barn. Carissa Smith inbound, gets it into Loftus. Over to Maya Rice. Rice with it on the drive, left side, gets fouled. And the foul will come up on Hardwick. That's going to be her first. Team's 4th is Gary's going to check back in for the Pointers. Out goes Carissa Smith. Rice to inbound baseline left, gets it into Gary. Over to Trushan, now to Vandenberg. Over to Loftus, down low to, that is Trushan down low on the right. Good defense there as she left the shot short, and Oshkosh up with the basketball. Here's Byer with it. as Hummel with it over to Hoytink on the left side. Hoytink down to Hardwick. Hardwick on the baseline left, down low, and an offensive foul as she ran over Truchon, and that'll be her second, team's fifth. Kilpatrick in along with Mia Racine, the 6-foot freshman forward out of De Pere, Wisconsin, went to De Pere West. Secker and Poole back in for Oshkosh. So Mia Racine will see some action here on senior day as Loftus will bring it up 47-26. Titans lead at 1:07 left to go, third quarter. Rice with it, a long two off the mark. And down with the rebound is Abby Indo with it for Oshkosh. Up ahead to Poole. Poole over to Hummel. Hummel out into the hands of Secker. Secker over to Hoytink. Hoytink passes it right corner to Poole. Poole with it, 10 left to go on the shot clock. Racine guarding her. Poole hits it to Inda with 5 left to go on the shot clock. Inda gets tied up. Alternating possession gives it back to the Pointers with 36.8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. All right, Loftus will bring it up for the Pointers here. Loftus with it. Over to Rice. Rice with it. Back to Kilpatrick. 3 right of the circle. And Kilpatrick knocks that down. She's got 9 this afternoon. 47-29. Oshkosh leads it. 16 seconds left to go in the third. Here's Hummel with it. Hummel. We got 9 left to go in the quarter. Hummel has Loftus guarding her. Hummel. Now Kilpatrick jumps in, 4 left to go. Hummel, pass intercepted by Rice, who's going to throw up a 3-quarter court shot. It's blocked. We've reached the end of 3 quarters of play with the score UW-Oshkosh 47, UW-Stevens Point 29. Take a 1-minute timeout. Come back with the fourth quarter after this as you'll listen to UWSP women's basketball here on WPCN. All right, fourth quarter underway. Matt Matano back out here. Shirley Egner Court, Berg Gymnasium, Oshkosh with the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. Here's Byer with it. And we got a kick violation. Take a look at our final score. Sports Bar Grill scoreboard. You can score amazing specials at Stevens Point's Perennial Sports Bar and Grill, 47-29. Titans lead here, 9:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. River Falls leads Whitewater 49-46, 9:05 left to go there. Platteville 41, Stout 32, 4:56 left to go in the third. They get it into Hardwick down the lane, too hard on the layup, and the Pointers up with it. Here's Loftus with a 4-point. Loftus to Rice, over to Smith on the left side. Smith with it, long 2 from Carissa, hits it. Carissa's 5th point this afternoon, 47-31. Titans lead it, 9:22 left to go in the fourth. Here's Byer with it. Pointers starting to ratchet up the defensive pressure here into the hands of Inda. Inda with it. Inda loses it on her pass, and Kilpatrick picks it up. Kilpatrick into the paint. Kilpatrick, turnaround jumper, leaves it short. About a 10-footer in the lane, and Byer up with the rebound for Oshkosh, up ahead to Poole on the left side. Here's Poole with the basketball. Poole gets into the hands of Byer. Byer with it. Byer with it. Rice on her right side. Byer, free throw line jumper, in and out. Smith down with the rebound for the Pointers. 47-29 or 47-31. Oshkosh leads it. Here's Kilpatrick down the middle of the lane, draws contact, and a foul coming in Oshkosh here. Foul come up on Hardwick. That's going to be her third. That'll be the team's first here in the fourth quarter. Argle's going to check back in for Oshkosh. Rice is going to inbound baseline left underneath their own basket. Gets it into Ernst on the perimeter. Over to Smith. Now to Loftus. Kilpatrick with it right wing. Kilpatrick back to Rice. Two at the right elbow extended short. Ernst can't corral the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Titans. They get it into Ernst on the inbounds pass. Smith, three right wing, too strong off the heel. Kilpatrick flying for the rebound. Back to Smith, left of the circle, three off the heel. Ernst battling for the rebound, can't save it, out of bounds. And back to the Titans. Boy, two good looks from Carissa Smith, both off the heel. All right, Argo with it, gets it to Poole. Poole with it over the timeline. Now in the hands of Secker left side. Secker. Right side to Argo. Argo with it. Argo. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Down low to Hardwick. Back to Argo. Argo driving, kicking. Here's Poole with a three right of the circle. Barely grazes iron. Out of bounds back to the Pointers. Frokie back in for Oshkosh. Truchon back in for the Pointers. All right, 47-31, Titans lead at 7.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Rice with it. Over to Smith, three left side, knocks it down. 8 for Carissa Smith, 47-34. Oshkosh leads at 7:18 left to go fourth quarter. As here's Frokie with it. Almost a 10-second violation. They get it to Hardwick. Now Poole. Over to Byer with it on the left side. Byer with Smith on her, and a collision. We're going to get Carissa Smith on the foul. That'll be 2 on Carissa Smith. That'll be 1 on the team here in the fourth quarter. Byer to inbound baseline right underneath their own basket. That's it into Frokie. Frokie with it. Frokie over to Secker, top of the key. Secker with it. Secker spinning in the lane, down low on the right. Too much on that. Kilpatrick with the rebound for the Pointers. Looks like rebound number 6 for her. Here's Kilpatrick with it. And a foul coming on Oshkosh here. Foul come up on Hardwick. That's going to be 4 on Hardwick now. 2 on the team as Hoytink is going to have to check in for Oshkosh here. Rice to inbound baseline left for the Pointers underneath their own basket, excuse me. And they get it into Loftus. Loftus to Smith. Smith with it on the perimeter. Smith driving, left side, goes up, gets fouled. And Carissa Smith's going to be at the line shooting 2. Foul comes up on Frokie. That's going to be her third, team's third. Carissa Smith, a 75% foul shooter at the line, shooting 2. That's the Pointers' first trip to the line all day. Here with 6:37 left to go. Oshkosh has only been there 8 times. First one from Smith is up and rims out. Hummel's going to check in for Oshkosh here after the next free throw if Carissa Smith can knock it down. Second one is good. So that's 9 for Carissa Smith, 47-35. Titans lead the Pointers here. 6:37 left to go in the fourth. Pointers on an 8-0 run the last 6 minutes. Here's Hummel with it. Hummel out high on the left has Panich guarding her. Hummel kicks it over to Byer, right wing. Byer with it. Byer, step back three, right of the circle. Too strong. Smith down with a rebound for the Pointers. Down 47-35, 6:12 left to go. Smith with it. Smith down low on the left, goes up, muscles it up, too strong, and Oshkosh up with a rebound. A lot of contact, no foul. Here's Byer with it for Oshkosh. Byer, and we're going to get a timeout, Oshkosh. And that's going to be with our media timeout, so we'll take one with them as well. 47-35, Oshkosh leads Stevens Point. 5:57 left to go, fourth quarter. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN. All right, Maptano back out here. Shirley Court, Berg Gymnasium. Take a look at our final score. Sports Bar Grill scoreboard on the corner of 2nd and Maria and Stevens Point. They have all your game day needs or stop at the OT Tavern next door for a little something extra. 47-35. Oshkosh leads it. We have 5:57 remaining in this one. All right, Oshkosh with the basketball as River Falls beating Whitewater 54-46. Platteville over Stout 46-39. Oshkosh with the basketball. Here's Poole with it right side. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Here's Hoytink with it. And Poole better get the shot off. Does. Barely grazes rim before the horn. Pointers up with it. And here comes Panich with it. Pointers chance to pull it within 10 or 9 here on this possession. Here's Kilpatrick with it. Kilpatrick down low on the right against Byer. And a foul upcoming on Byer. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Oshkosh here. Byer's going to pick it up. That's her first today. Team's 4th. Kilpatrick at the line shooting 2 here. First one from Kilpatrick is up and good. That gets her 10, puts her in double digits to go along with 6 rebounds. Second one up and good. All right, point down by 10 here. 47-37, 11 for Kilpatrick. 5:19 left to go here in the fourth quarter. As the Pointer bench coming to life here. Here's Byer with the basketball for Oshkosh. Panich guarding her. Byer on a backdoor feed down low to Secker. Kicks it out. 3 on the way from Poole. Too strong. Rice down with a rebound for the Pointers. Down 47-37. 4:55 left to go, fourth quarter. Rice with it. Rice behind her back. Rice down low. Kicks it out to Truchon. Truchon down the lane. Truchon stops, tries for an up and under, leaves it short. Rebound gets tipped into the hands of Hoytink. Good look there by Truchon, just left it short. Here's Hummel with the basketball for Oshkosh. Hummel hits it over to Byer. Not out to Hoytink on the baseline right side, into the lane, up, off the rim, no. And the Pointers up with a rebound, 47-37, 4:17 left to go as Oshkosh hasn't scored in the last 7 minutes. Plus, down low to Kilpatrick on the baseline left side. Kilpatrick, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Kilpatrick, lowering the shoulder into Poole. That's 4 on Emma. Again, full court pressure here by the Pointers. As Oshkosh gets it into Poole. Poole over to Hummel. Hummel back to Poole. They get it over the timeline. Now back to Hummel. Hummel out near midcourt. Carissa Smith guarding her. Smith goes in, and they're going to get Smith with the foul. That's going to be Carissa's third, team's third. Those two were hand checking each other, and then Carissa Smith reached in to get the foul. Gary's going to check back in for the Pointers here. As they get it into Byer. Byer over to Hoytink, left side. Hoytink has Maya Rice on her. Hoytink. As Oshkosh scoreless the last 8:45. Here's Byer with it. Byer, long two, off the mark, misses everything. And down with the rebound is Gary for the Pointers, up ahead to Smith. Smith back to Gary, over to Rice on the right side. Rice with it, Rice over to Smith, right corner three, knocks it down. That gives her 12, and the Pointers got it down to double digits here, 47, or single digits, 47-40, 3:06 left to go. Here's Hoytink with it. Down low to Secker, who goes up and gets fouled. They're going to get Truchon with that one. Her first, team's fourth. And that's going to send Secker to the line for two here. Hardwick's going to check in for Oshkosh. So two at the line for Secker here. 3 of 4 on the afternoon. First one up and good. Gives her 12. It makes it 48-40. Titans here with 3:03 left to go. Second one from Secker is good. 13. I mean, Oshkosh still does not have a field goal for the last 9:34 here. They're one of their last 12, and the Pointers have made this a 9-point game with 3:02 left to go. Here's Panich with it for the Pointers. Over to Rice. Rice to Kilpatrick, off her hands, picks it up out near midcourt. Kilpatrick with it. 3 right of the circle, short. Secker down with the rebound. Rice goes to tie her up. Alternating possession keeps it with the Pointers. So there'll be 20 on the shot clock. Carissa Smith's getting inbound. Baseline right underneath their own basket. Gets it into Rice. Out to Smith. Smith with it. Has Hummel on her. Hands it off to Panich. Panich with 10 left to go on the shot clock. Down to Truchon. Truchon in the lane. Back to Smith for a 3 right side. That's short off the front rim. Secker down with the rebound for Oshkosh. Oshkosh will probably milk some clock pointers. Turning up the defensive pressure. Here's Secker with the basketball. Into the hands of Byer. Byer with it. Has Panich with her on her. Byer with the basketball. Gets it over to Poole. Down low to Hardwick right side. Hardwick. Under 10 left to go on the shot clock. Poole open 3 right corner. And she knocks down that trifecta. That's a big one there. That gives her 5. And it's a 52-40 Oshkosh lead with 1:55 left to go in this one. Carissa Smith with it. Over to Kilpatrick. Panich in the left corner. Panich over to Rice. Back to Kilpatrick. Driving. Baseline left. Pulls up too much. Truchon tries flying in to get the rebound off her hands, out of bounds. Back to Oshkosh here. Gary's going to check back in for the Pointers. All right, J.C. Manny, the 5'4" freshman guard from Germantown, Wisconsin, in there for the Pointers. As they get it into Hummel, now to Byer. Byer gets it over the timeline, getting double teamed at midcourt. Back to Hummel. Hummel over to Secker right side. Secker. 10 left to go on the shot clock to Hummel at the foul line. Back to Secker on the perimeter. Secker to Byer. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Byer step back 3, hits it. 21 for Byer, and it's a 55-40 Titans lead with 1:05 left to go in this one. Here's Manny with it. Over to Rice. We're going to get a foul coming up on J.C. Manny, setting the illegal screen. That might do it for the Pointers here. Down 15 and 1 minute left to go here. And if it is, they're going to have to rely on some help to make the tournament here. The WIAC tournament, that is. All right, here's Byer with it. Out high on the right, Carissa Smith guarding her. Smith. Byer between her legs. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Byer, foul coming up on Truchon. Her second. And that puts the Pointers over the limit. Loftus and Kilpatrick are going to check back in for Manny and Gary. So we'll see if the Pointers pull their starters here. 2 for Byer at the line. Up and good. That gives her 22 points and makes it 56-40 Oshkosh here with 39.2 left. Post-game show coming up after this one. Second one is up and good. 23 points. It's 57-40. Titans lead it with 34 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Kilpatrick with it. Kilpatrick out high on the right. Kilpatrick on the drive. Kilpatrick has it poked away and a foul coming on Secker, so that's going to send Kilpatrick to the line for 2 here. So that's 3 on Secker, 5 on the team. Vandenberg's going to check in for the foul shooter. So is Brooke Botcher here.
23, Brooke Botcher, 6-foot senior from Belvedere, replacing Maya Rice. In for Oshkosh, number 33, Mallory Hoytink. In for your Pointers, replacing Ava Loftus, number 21, J.C. Manning.
All right, so Coach will get him out, so if Kilpatrick can make these free throws, she makes it first. She's going to get subbed out here. One more for Kilpatrick. In and out. See if the Pointers foul. I'm sure they will. They will, so here we go.
Point personal number 21, J.C. Manning, her first. Out for your Pointers, number 22, Emma Kilpatrick.
All right, so the seniors have left the game here, and they're going to hope they're going to have one more. If they are going to have one more, it's going to be on the road. Byer at the line, shooting 2 here. In and out, no good. So Oshkosh is going to go to 23-2, 12-2. Number 1 seed in the conference. They'll wait to see who they play Wednesday. Ooh. Byer misses them both. There's a shock. 57-41. Titans lead it with 10 seconds left to go in the game. Manny with it, spinning. Manny in the lane. Ball loose. Oshkosh up with it. That's going to do it. Hummel will dribble it out, and that's the ball game. At 57-41, Oshkosh wins this one this afternoon. And River Falls is beating Whitewater 65-57 with 15 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Platteville over Stout 57-48, 5:19 left to go, fourth quarter there. Tell you what we'll do right now. We're going to have an extended postgame as we're going to try to wait on Coach Hockett here. So we will take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll start our pregame show after that as you're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN. Okay. Tim, how are we looking on commercials here? If you can hear me. Yeah. Still a bunch left or what? Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. If we have to. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll take another break after this. Don't worry. Thanks, Marissa.
Yes, Mom.
All right, Tim, send it down the line to me. I can't hear it. Hey, Tim.